Hello. So I thought I would do a video about the monitor that I have and Ubuntu. I have a 24-inch monitor from HP and the model number is LP2465. And the native resolution on this monitor is 1920 by 1200. So it's the aspect ratio is 16 by 10 instead of regular 16.9. That might cause some issues when I record like this, especially in Ubuntu, because I can't really change to 1080, which I can on Windows. So if I actually go to settings here and to devices and displays, you see here, and here's another thing, the second monitor that I have will always be reset, even though I want it at the bottom. It's always in the top when I start the computer. Really annoying. And here you can see the resolution on my monitor, 24-inch, and if I just go into the regular settings here in Ubuntu, you see there's not an option for 1080p at all because of the 16 by 10 aspect ratio. So it will only show you 16 by 10 and 4 by 3 aspect ratios, no 16 by 9, which is really annoying. So I can't select 1080 here, which I can in Windows. So close this, and the thing with, if I go into the Nvidia X service settings here, because I installed the Nvidia drivers for it, go to the display configuration. Let's see if this works. Yeah, if you go select the resolution here, it's now set to auto. I actually got 1080, but it says scaled, and there's a difference between a native 1080 and a scaled 1080, because if I select 1080 scaled and go into a game, I can't change the resolution to 1080. It's still 191200 or 1050. I'm not getting 1080. So what happens in a game is that the video is actually cut off in the video game, which is really annoying. So this is one of the issues why I don't run Linux as my main system on a daily basis. I use Windows 10 as my main system. I use Ubuntu because it's kind of nice to learn and stuff like that, and it have a lot of nice features, but when it comes to recording and everything like that, I do it on Windows because of my monitor here. I'm not going to change it right now either, because it will kind of kill the recording. And another thing in here, if you click advanced here, for example, if you have issues with the screen tearing, you go to advanced and you click on the force composition pipeline here and select that, and what you need to do next is that you need to save it to X configuration file. If you don't do that, this will be reset. So you have to enable it every time you start your computers, but if you save it to configuration file, it will automatically activate this or enable it, and there won't be any screen tearing in your web browser or whatever, or when you watch video. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't use Linux on a daily basis, and I have the same issues on Fedora, and I have even more problems on Fedora when it comes to both video and other stuff, because the Fedora just frees up after like 30 seconds or a minute and it immediately freezes when I actually start the web browser, the Google Chrome browser. It just freezes up, and I think it have to do with the Google Chrome have a hardware. You can use the hardware, the graphics card, a little bit. So I think it have to do with that, with the graphics drivers. And I usually don't really, I try to install the Nvidia drivers in Fedora, but it's not as easy as it is in Ubuntu, because it's a lot easier in Ubuntu, because you go to this software and update, and what you do first is that you go to the other software and you add a PPA here. I think it was, yeah, this graphic drivers, and then you reload it, you close it and reload it, and then you go to additional drivers, and you install the latest driver here. But this doesn't exist in Fedora, or I can't find it, at least. So you have to install it manually, and it's really complicated. I think you have to do everything through the command line, and I never got it to work. And in the middle of the installation, it just freezes, and I have to push the power button on the computer to be able to do anything, because I can't do anything. The mouse I can't even move the mouse or anything. And I think it's actually the GNOME shell that is crashing, because that is what is displaying everything, all the windows and stuff. So yeah, so that's why I am on Ubuntu right now. But yeah, there are issues, and the same thing with this. You see I have two monitors here. I usually drag it down like that, press apply. Oop. But next time I start the computer, it will be back up here. So there are kind of annoying things like this. So yeah, another little rant on Ubuntu. And by the way, I am on Ubuntu 17.10, and I actually downloaded the live CD, and it's actually 17.10.1 or .1 at the end. So yeah, but anyway, weird issues with the graphic stuff and the Windows in Ubuntu. So yeah, see you later.